What's up, guys? Welcome to the Dreamlands. And we're back with some more Deserts of Kharak multiplayer action. And today we have got a 1 versus 1 on the Boneyard. And this is going to be between Tren and Coercer. And, hell yeah, it's going to be a Khaaneph versus Soban. So, two of my favorite factions. Although, now that I say that, I have also said that about the Galcian. So, apparently 3 of the 4 factions in this game are my favorite. A little bit ridiculous thing to say. At any rate, as this game gets underway, I just want to talk about something for a minute here. I am currently working on a Deserts of Kharak 2-part lore series of videos. Now, I have mentioned this to several of you already, and I had intended on having them up on my channel already. However, they are just not quite there yet. I have been working on them, and I've been making a lot of progress. Part 1 is almost finished, but it's just not quite where I want it to be. So, please be patient. Yes, it's still happening, and it's coming soon. Part 1 should be up within the next couple of days. So I just wanted to update you on that. In the meantime, let's check out another multiplayer game. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Spawning on the south side of the Boneyard, we have Tren, playing as the Khaaneph. Spawning on the north side, if I was not an idiot, we have Coercer, playing as the Soban. So a Soban versus Khaaneph. And the map, of course, is the Boneyard. You will have seen this map before. In fact, I believe that the last game I cast on this channel was on the same map. So this is the 1 versus 1 version. However, it's exactly the same. The extraction zones and artifact layout are the same. And the spawn positions are the same as well. So, jumping into the game, let's see what our 2 players are up to. And it looks like Tren has gone for the double production cruiser build. So the first thing he built was a 2nd production cruiser. He's now sending them both out onto the field, and he is pumping out sand skimmers. Now this build is a huge investment in the early game, so it requires that you do a lot of damage to your opponent. But it can be very difficult to hold. Let's see what Coercer is going to have. Pardon me, how Coercer is going to have an answer for this. Now it looks like he has gone for basically as opposite a build order as you can possibly get. He has a support cruiser on the field, and he has gone for a very early economic build order. So this is very nice, 2 diametrically opposed strategies, and we're going to see what happens when they face off. So it looks like there's a big engagement here, and Tren is moving in. He has a huge number of skimmers, but a very, very nice targeting jammer. Good move. And this is going to force Tren not to fight in this area, so I really like that. However, Coercer is just going to bleed all of these LAVs. One by one, they're just going to get focused down and killed. So he seems to be in quite a bit of trouble here. However, if he can hold them off just long enough to get AAVs on the field, he'll be in good shape. Now it looks like Coercer has made a pretty big mistake. He doesn't have his starting power put into defensive logistics, and you really need this. But he does have his first AAV on the field, and that is going to be able to shut this harassment down. He has lost no salvagers that I saw. Maybe he did, and I didn't see it, and if so, I apologize. But it looks like he was able to not suffer any economic damage, and now he has several AAVs on the field, and he's continuing to produce AAVs, so this is a very good move. Nicely done by Coercer, great defense. And it looks like on the back of this, he is going to want to pick up an artifact, and this is the perfect window of opportunity. He needs to just move his AAVs in to protect this base rudder. But if he does that, then he will be able to secure an early lead, and that's always nice. But his base runner right now is really out of position. It has absolutely no support. And Tren spots it, and he's going to go for it. Why would you not? He's going to pick up that free base runner. So that's nice. Tren looking pretty strong. He's going to pop this base runner, and he was able to kill a large number of LAVs. So I would say both players looking pretty even. What has Tren done on the back of this? So it looks like he now has production cruiser refinery mode researched. Yes, he does. He's got both of his production cruisers here. So he's mining, pardon me, at full efficiency off of 2 resource locations. And it looks like he's transitioning into interceptors. So we're going to try and abuse an opportunity here where his opponent will not have any AA on the field. That's always a nice thing. Let's take a moment to look at Coercer's unit positioning. This is very, very nice. He's got an AAV here, an AAV here, a couple going out to the right side of mid, and going out to the left side of mid, and he's made another base runner, so it looks like he's definitely going to pick up an artifact and deliver it. And this is really nice micro and really nice positioning. So very well played by Coercer. Now, I want to mention something. It can be very tempting when you're playing this game, or any other RTS for that matter, to kind of just put all of your military units into a giant ball. That is not how you want to play Deserts of Kharak in particular. And Coercer is showing us a very good example of what to do. He has his units spread out, guarding all possible avenues of attack on his economy. He's expanding his economy aggressively, and he's using the right units situation, and now he's got the bulk of his AAV forces over here. And Tren just has no answer to this yet. It looks like Coercer is definitely going to grab an artifact here, deliver it for a 1-0 lead. Conversely, it looks like Tren's just not even interested in artifacts at all. So that tells me he's either going to try and secure an early advantage and then spam several base runners later on in the game, or he's simply going to go for a kill. Let's bring up the production tab here so we can keep tabs on what everyone's building, and it looks like there are interceptors now launched onto the field. Trent's scouting with his skimmers to spot where the AAVs are, and now these AAVs are just going to get targeted by the interceptors and singled down one by one. And this is going to force Coercer, I would assume, to make missile ships. You don't really want to have too many strike fighters because interceptors will absolutely wreck them. So your options are missile ships or anti-air on your support cruisers, which is very strong. However, that's extremely expensive. Grid mark set. Advance. So Tren looked pretty terrifying on the back of that. On the back of those airstrikes, he was able to secure a third mining location. So that's very nice. That's kind of exactly the pace that you want to play at. You take advantage of a window of opportunity, do a bunch of damage, push your enemy back, and then expand behind that. But it looks like Coercer is gearing up for a backstab here with a couple of LAVs and a couple of AAVs, and that is very, very nice play. This entire resourcing location is totally undefended, and Tren has not spotted this, so this is going to be able to do significant damage, and I really like that. And it's a good move from Coercer. He knows that Tren is mining off of 3 locations, and he wants to kind of even it up. And there's not much he can do at this point against these interceptors. And so we have this backstab moving in. And look at these salvagers. He is going to start bleeding salvagers. If Coercer can pick up this entire mining location, then that is going to be huge, absolutely huge. So 3 salvagers have gone down. Another one is going to fall shortly. So 4 salvagers. That was very, very nice move from Coercer. I like it a lot. And now that's going to force Tren to pull back his forces. And it's now going to make him worry about this section of the map as well. Previously, all of his attention was up here. So, very nice move. Well played. And I feel like on the back of this, Coercer should be expanding to another resource location here. He knows that Tren is on 3. He wants to keep pace economically.
Target position set. Heating order returning. Coordinates verified. Ahead full. High speed to target. Enemy armor detected.
Coercer is still sitting at 1. What do we have here?
Ready for
Oh
operation.
boy. So Tren has, unsurprisingly, teched 2 siege cruisers. An incredibly potent unit for the Khaaneph. You will be familiar with them from my previous videos. They are quite terrifying and can be an absolute pain in the ass to deal with. Now we're coming in with another backstab. This is going to get absolutely cleaned up. Look at this. Siege cruiser just crap all over these units. Bye. Goodbye. Man, these units are scary. But very effective backstabs from Coercer. This has totally shut this mining location down almost completely for the last several minutes. And again, we're seeing examples of how you want to position your units coming from Coercer. He has just a small number of units out protecting each of his flanks, a couple down mid, so this is giving him the map awareness, scouting information, and map control that he needs. So very well played. We do, however, have 2 siege cruisers out on the field now. So once again, Tren is kind of dictating the pace of this game, forcing his opponent to have to deal with these units that are continually pressuring him and providing continuous threat. Actually, this base runner is going to explode in literal seconds. There's no way this artifact is going to go in. But another really nice targeting jammer. This is forcing the siege cruiser to move. And what you saw there was actually the EMP ability. This is something that you can research for your siege cruisers, and it gives them a targeted EMP shell. There you see it again. And what this does is all units that are inside that blast range are actually frozen for a couple of seconds. It disables enemy units, and it basically turns them into sitting ducks. The only weakness of that ability is that it's quite short-ranged, but it synergizes extremely well with the playstyle of the Khaaneph siege cruiser. Wow, ballsy move there. It looked like Coercer tried to go for 2 artifacts, lost them both, and now these siege cruisers are just going to do heinous damage to all of Coercer's units. Ugh. We do have a railgun on the field, so this is nice. If he can get enough railguns, that should be able to hold these at bay. But we also have strike fighters. Now, this is really nice. I like this play a lot. Strike fighters will be able to absolutely crush these siege cruisers. Coercer just needs to be wary of interceptors. And here they are, going to start blowing some of these strike fighters out of the air, and look at how quickly they take care of these. But that was a very, very nice airstrike. 1 siege cruiser is down, a second one might fall. Not quite yet, but it sustained heavy, heavy damage. So Coercer, again, with the right unit, for the right job, at the right time. I really like it. If he can keep these alive, this is going to be crucial.
Rally point marked.
Again, I feel like he needs to get this 3rd resourcing site going. He runs the risk of falling behind in macro. His Tren is comfortably sitting there on 3 resourcing locations, and so he will simply be able to outproduce his opponent. And all of these units, once again, are in big, big trouble. There we see the the EMP shell actually hit and did quite a good pretty good bit of stun there to the AAVs. Pardon me, I was having a blank out for a second.
Hostile support cruiser within sensor range. Advance through contact.
Really like this game so far.
Combat alert. Enemy strike fighter over.
Oh, but we have a wing of skimmers that have come in, and they're going to look to cause some serious economic damage. But again, the Soban armed logistics modules, as well as just this one AAV and the support cruiser, were able to totally hold us off. So very nice. And it looks like Coercer again looking to set up a backstab, and I really like that. Okay, but this is a problem. We have missile ships on the field. That is going to make it extremely tough for Coercer to deal with the siege cruisers. You just simply cannot engage them on the ground. This fact. You need to have an overwhelming number of railguns or strike fighters or artillery of your own.
Enemy armor detected.
And as he is still on 2 mining locations, I don't think artillery is going to be a viable tech choice.
Salvage, you're taking enemy fire. Sand skimmer under attack.
And here comes that backstab, but Tren is ready for it this time. He has a missile ship if he needs to. Oh, it looks like he already used his direct fire barrage. So that's probably what pushed these back.
Interceptor online.
Fire on mark.
Now with the Khaaneph carrier and another siege cruiser on the field, these 2 armored assault vehicles are basically forfeit. Now you see this? All of these missile ships protecting the siege cruisers. That makes it immensely difficult to deal with these. And this siege cruiser is just sitting there and continually bombarding this location here. Look at that. He's able to just pick off units little by little and weaken them before any engagement.
Artifact identified.
Armor taking hostile fire.
Now it looks like things are starting to fall apart a little bit for Coercer. I mean, he is a competent player. He is still very much in this game. This is still anyone's game. And here's a nice move. I like this. He's going to try and use his carrier to destroy these missile ships so that he can launch his strike fighters at the siege cruisers. So I like that quite a bit.
Enemy armor detected.
But he's just boxed right into this little area, and that's a bad situation to be in. However, neither side really has that many units on the field, I gotta say. What happened to all of Tren's skimmers? Oh, there they are. There's still a few on the field. Looks like most of his skimmers got cleaned up. And it looks like now Tren is going in for a flanking move. He's got a siege cruiser. And, what timing. Look at that. Just as Coercer goes to set up a 3rd mining location, this one siege cruiser is just going to absolutely make a gigantic mess of this. Oh, really nicely played by Tren. Brutal. Now, he is probably going to lose the siege cruiser, so that'll be a really great pickup for Coercer. But, oh, look at all of that damage that one siege cruiser did. Is he going to lose this support cruiser? Nope. I don't think he is. He has too much air support. He has armored assault vehicles. I have to comment that consistently throughout this game, Coercer has been on the ball with his smoke. He always has really nice smoke placement. And at the very least, he was able to save the support cruiser, which is the most important thing. You can easily bring that back and just build 4 salvagers. He is in a lot of trouble on this side. He is just losing all of the units that he's building out of his carrier. Look at this, 3 siege cruisers. It's brutal. These are so hard to deal with, honestly. Artillery in general in this game is pretty damn strong. Really tough to deal with, but siege cruisers especially. Because you can't engage them by overwhelming them with lighter LAVs or skimmers. And if they're covered like this by the missile ships, So frustrating. But it looks like we have a bomber. A big bomber hit could turn this around. Very, very nice. Look at the damage that bomber did. Good grief, man. So awesome play by Coercer. I really like it.
Sand skimmer under attack.
This is still a very close game.
Armor taking hostile fire.
And it looks like he's pushing forward with his carrier and with a whole bunch of AAVs. If he can get just get rid of this AA. Oh, but a huge EMP.
Hostile armor destroyed.
Oh, now these AAVs are in serious shit. Oh. Look at that. Now we have assault ships on the field. So this is pretty much your atypical Khaaneph composition. Assault ships, missile ships, and siege cruisers. And it looks like... Well, it looks like there was a backstab back here that I missed.
Armored unit destroyed.
I do apologize for that, but now Coercer is literally sitting on one resourcing site. I don't think there's any way that he can come back from this. And Tren is just closing the jaws of death. Overall, a very well-played game by both players. I really, really enjoyed this game. I'm glad we got to see some nice Khaaneph versus Soban here. Let's just watch this spectacular, valiant last stand of the Soban carrier in full cinematic glory. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. If you liked it, hit it with a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know what you think. Leave some comments down below.
Enemy armor detected. Combat alert. Enemy carrier closing on our position. Combat alert. Rebel forces are attacking.
Valiantly fought, though, by Coercer, and a good game all around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will catch you next time. We go with a bang here. There we go.
Carrier neutralized.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.